Bang! Ha-Sein punched Yu Mingji on the arm. Yu's face suddenly froze. He thought this punch was thrown with the yin force and used only one arm to block Ha-Sein's fist. But the fierce punch was actually a black fist, which was a yang force, and Yu's arm was smashed into his own face. Sparkles suddenly flew before Yu's eyes and a feeling of soreness hit his nose. He fell back involuntarily and sat on the floor. A hush descended on the entire room as the students were dazed. The result of the first round could be explained by the fact that Yu was unprepared, whereas the second punch was hit when Yu was intent and alert. However, Yu Mingji still made the wrong judgment. Ha-Sein is awesome. He is good at black and white boxing as well. Haha, no matter what the outcome would be, this one punch is good enough. It is the chosen he is playing against. Quote, so cool. He is the pride of Black Hawk. Haha, did you see how the expression of Yu Mingji has changed? Quote, Ha-Sein is simply my idol. How many military school students can manage to hit you? Quote, it is so worth it today to come to Professor Yan's class. Tang Zhenliu could hardly contain himself for laughing. Yu Mingji, if you are smart, then quickly find an excuse to step down now before you humiliate yourself any further, thought Tang. Professor Yan was making a serious analysis. This is textbook application of yin and yang forces. Pay attention to his toes, which were slightly pointed outward. This is an appearance of using the yin force, since the toes would normally point inward when using the yang force. Ha-Sein managed to use this disguise, among others, to confuse his opponent. Now if you would pay attention to his waist and shoulders. Professor Yan played back the holographic image of Ha-Sein's punch and made a detailed analysis, pointing out the strengths of this blow. Although the professor's tone was monotonous as ever, he did highly praise Ha-Sein's performance. **T. Well done. So many details in one punch. After listening to the professor, students shook their heads in tribute. Yu Mingji wiped his bloody nose and got up, unable to keep smiling. But he did not give up like Tang thought he should. Yu Jiming continued to believe that his loss was due to his carelessness and walked up to Ha-Sein again. Ha-Sein knew what was on Yu's mind and understood that Yu wanted to use a student to show off his own strength. Hence Ha-Sein did not plan to save his face. Another punch was thrown at Yu's face. Eyes locked on Ha-Sein, Yu again made a judgment. From any perspective, Ha-Sein's punch was not firm though it looked fierce. Yu decided that it was a harmless punch. Having spent nearly a decade in First God's Sanctuary, Yu had experienced millions of combats. With his rich experience, he was confident in his judgment. Even if it was just a practice between friends, as long as the punch was thrown with any intention to beat the opponent, he would sense it. White fist, Yu Mingji confirmed his own judgment, and put two arms across his chest to block the punch. Bang! Yu Mingji's face turned ashy gray and was only able to stabilize his body after stepping back. He looked at Ha-Sein, astonished. It was impossible. And the students were so excited that they were about to cry out loud. No one had expected Ha-Sein to beat Yu once again. If it was not for the fact that the class was still in session, they would go up and hug Ha-Sein, because it was such an honor for a Blackhawk student to beat the chosen 3 times in a row. If anyone dared to praise the chosen in the future, they could say, "The 6th chosen was beaten up so badly by one of my classmates. Oh, I did not go. If I did, that chosen would lose even more miserably. You think I am bragging?" You can ask around yourself. Professor Yan was still doing his job, explaining the theoretical knowledge embodied in Hassan's performance to the students in detail. But unfortunately few were paying attention to his words at this point. Tang even felt embarrassed for Yu Mingji, who had suggested to switching with Hassan. Tang Zhenliu shook his head. Yu Mingji has such a small mind. It did not need to be like this. Hassan agreed to Yu's proposal and became the defensive side. Fixing his gaze on Hassan, Yu threw a hard punch at the young student. Seeing the fear on the students' faces, Yu smiled within himself. Now all of you must have thought that I have been angry and want to retaliate, so this punch must a black fist? That would be unfortunate since I threw a white punch. This way I would win this round and look like a bigger person at the same time, salvaging my own reputation. Yu Mingji believed that Hassan would definitely dodge, yet the young student did not even cross his arms. Hassan simply reached out a hand in front of Yu's fist. Yu Mingji suddenly turned pale, since his fist was grabbed by Hassan. The two stood still. *#T. Just awesome. I thought it was a black fist for sure, and it was a white one. Hassan is so great. That is dope. And he is so confident. He is so good at everything. Quote. Professor Yan was still meticulously analyzing and teaching. More and more students had come since they heard about Hassan's performance. Even the corridor outside the windows was full. Those who could not come were also watching the synchronous holographic session via their smart device.